Today we're talking about God is the Creator from Psalm chapter 139, verses 13 and 14. Verse 13, "For you formed my inward parts, you covered me in my mother's womb." Verse 14, "I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are your works, and that my soul knows very well." Those two verses really have an impact on many Christians. They know those verses well. It's talking about how a baby develops in a mother. Once a father and mother come together, a baby is conceived. Already life is in the womb. God is involved in that process of developing a baby. And that shows how it is precious. Many Christians enjoy thinking about that. But what about you? You say, well, my mother's egg and my father's sperm, they came together and that caused me. Wait a minute. Who invented DNA? Who caused those cells to divide again and again and again until we had a human body? You know, this human body is a very complex system. All the different parts that make up a complete human body. I remember when I was in high school, I took a biology class, but I didn't do very well because there was so much information that I had to learn. Well, God is a great, awesome creator, how he designed us. Now, I want you to notice in verse number 13, it says, "He covered me in my mother's womb." As God looks on us inside, there's other verses above in this chapter talked about how he hedges us about, how his hand is upon us, and the concept of God still holding on to you. God holds you, he looks at you and loves you, you're precious to him. Now in the next verse, 14, it says, "I will praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made." As the psalmist is writing this, he's understanding how God has made me, even from my mother's womb. And he responds with fear. Not the kind of fear that means scared. There's a proper place for that definition. But this is the idea more of, I am so amazed at what God has done. I stand in just awe of how he's made me. Now, some people say, well, I believe in God, he's okay, but no, God is the one who made me. Wow, that's an awesome thought, that God loves me, he saved me. Wow. Isn't God's work wonderful? You know, I enjoy going out in nature. Now, I don't worship nature, don't misunderstand me. God created all of that for us to enjoy. He's made everything for us. And let me encourage you to get out there in nature. Don't just be stuck at home and watch television and play games and watch the computer, but get out there and see all the things God has made for us in nature. His works are marvelous. But now, what about yourself? Do you realize how wonderful God has made you and me? You say, but I was born deaf. This is not a good situation. Oh, I know there's some negative aspects about being deaf, but there's also some positives. It says how God knows all these things are written in the book. We can thank God that he's made me deaf because I can serve God. I don't stand around and think of all the terrible things, the miscommunications, and I can't get along well. No, God has made you, and you are very precious in his sight. So come tomorrow again, and we'll explain more.